All right. Am I live? Am I live? Hi, everybody. Okay, I believe I am live. I'm using the new live interface, and it's a little strange. So we'll see how this goes. Hello, everybody. How are you? I'm going to wait and see if I can see if anybody pops on to join us. We're going to do a live tarot reading today. Haven't done one of these in a really long time. Pretty excited. I'm going to draw 3 cards. Let's see if anybody's going to hop on with us. So I have, in the past few months, come back to one of my original loves of tarot. Tarot gives us a energetic and archetypal point of view about what is sort of going on around us and within us. Often it surfaces layers that we are not able to see clearly with our mind's eye. So it can be a really, really powerful tool for introspection and for transformation, for healing, and for just getting to know yourself a little bit better and to knowing more about what's really going on. So I wanted to do a 3-card reading today for us all to look at what changes are afoot right now at this moment in the collective. So with tarot, you can read at a collective level, and you can also read on an individual level. I'm not sure if I can see people who are on. This is a very weird interface. So if you're on and I don't see you, I apologize. I'm not really sure how to see that on this interface. I can see if you comment, I think. So feel free to leave a comment and say hi if you're hopping on so I know that you're here. That would be awesome. So I wanted to draw 3 cards in this live video to see sort of what is collectively going on. I did also want to, before I draw these cards, mention 2 things briefly that I talked about in my video that I posted last week, which was really about how to process the grief and anxiety of this time and some tools to do that. And a couple of those things are that, first of all, a lot of what you might be experiencing, the anxiety moving through you and the grief, it's also shared in the collective, so it might not all belong to you. We are all intricately connected energetically, and let me tell you, there are some really intense waves happening. All the healers that I regularly connect with are feeling it, are processing it. And so just to let you know that if you are having a really intense day, it might not all be stemming from you. It is you also connected into this larger wave of the collective energies, which are very intense. There's a lot of grief. There's a lot of anxiety. And so just to take time when you're having those days, just take time to yourself, rest, connect with those that you love, and just really ground yourself. The other piece I wanted to share is that don't be surprised if you are having some funky physical symptoms. So many of the people I've talked to actually are experiencing lower back pain. Lower back pain is a big one. And anything around the pelvis area, actually. And for me, it has also been chest pains that also come into my lymph nodes, and throat and face. Like right now, actually, as I'm talking, I'm having these extreme face pains in my jaw and my sinuses. And that's been coming and going for the last couple of weeks. So, and it doesn't impact my energy level. And so I know that it's not kind of viral, right? So, because I know it's easy when we are having physical symptoms to then go into that fear state of like, oh my gosh, do I have the virus? So it very well might not be. And oftentimes the pains that we feel in our body when we're processing collective grief and anxiety is often that part of us that is sort of the weakest, where we might have past injuries and things like that. So just give that part of your body lots of love and care, basically. Okay. So I'm going to begin. Let's draw 3 cards. And I'll move, after I draw the cards, I'll share with you what I'm drawing them for and the meaning of the card. I'm going to draw 3 cards: the roots, the trunk, and the leaves and branches of the changes that we are moving through right now as a collective. The roots being, what is this rooted in? What's that core of the change? The trunk being how we are being asked to sort of move and grow through it, how it's impacting us in our lives. And the branches being, what if we move with this change and embrace it? How can we benefit from this? Okay. I don't mean branches. I meant leaves and fruits. Is that what I said? Not sure. All right. So two cards already came out. So let's just take those. And here's a third. All right, I know you can't see my deck because I'm in a strange position here. Okay, so let's see. For the trunk, we have, for the roots, we have the Chariot. And for the 2 really powerful cards right away. So for the trunk, we have World Reversed. And for leaves and fruits, we have Page of Swords. So if you can see those 3 cards, first of all, I think they might be showing up in reverse order on your side. I'm not sure if this is mirroring me, or actually showing, I think it's mirroring. Okay, so let's dive into these energies. So roots, we have the Chariot. So the Chariot is a really powerful energy that has to do with our willpower and our decision to choose. It is all about owning our own sovereign power of making that choice, and it's really about radical self-responsibility and taking responsibility about the reality that we create and the life we choose and the choices we make, the decisions we make, and standing by those choices no matter what, no matter where they take us, and trusting that path. So the shadow aspect of the Chariot is often self-doubt, right? So we go into this place of total indecision of or we make a decision and then we start doubting ourselves when things don't exactly go the way that we want them to go. And I can see how this is really what's at root for us right now, because we are all kind of being asked to take a situation that feels really out of control, out of our own control, which it is. We're all in the unknown right now, like deeply in the unknown. And we are being asked to actually not be passive players right now, but to actually embrace exactly what's happening and make choices within our own lives that then empower us. So this card is asking us to really, actually, in a time when we feel incredibly powerless, to actually discover and find the root of our power, and to find our sovereignty and take responsibility for the ways that we decide to move through this crisis, this incredible great change in our collective. So how are you choosing to approach this, right? Are you choosing to sort of passively consume all the content that is upping your fear and is bringing you into a really heightened and crisis state of mind? Are you simply in a place of reacting, or are you taking time every day to take care of yourself, to ground, to think really practically, and to make practical choices about your life and how you can make this work for yourself? Are you asking for support? Are you seeking out support? And are you looking for opportunities where you actually this crisis can actually clear out some things that needed to change within your life, right? Are showing those places where like, oh, I needed to take action on this actually months ago, and now this is forcing me to. Or, you know what, I've known this hasn't been working for me. I've known this isn't the most aligned decision for me to make. And now this is actually like giving me the push to shift that and to make that change. So this is an incredibly empowering energy for us all. It can feel a little challenging, and it can be hard to trust it long term, because after we make those decisions, sometimes things don't end up actually just fixing themselves right away. Sometimes the Chariot actually shows us that the path is the path, and that we will have wobbles after we make the choices that we do. And to continue to trust it, to continue to trust our own ability to withstand those wobbles, and to continue on our way, wherever we're going. Okay, so the second card being the World Reversed, which is our trunk. So this is sort of how this is impacting us right now. This is the world is such a incredibly broad and vast card, as its name connotes. I'm going to put it right side up so that you can see the image clearly. So when it's reversed, it actually shows something that's coming to a place of completion, but isn't yet complete. And so there might be this sense of sort of rushing, like we really want to rush through this and get to the end of it. But you know what? It's not yet done. And we need to be in that process of allowing it to complete itself in its own time. So this might feel like us being like, oh, okay, we just got to get through this. We just got to get through this. It's almost going to be done. Just a few more weeks, and it's really hard for us to even hold the scope of time, because many of us who have stay-at-home orders, we're in this for actually a few more months, and it's really hard to even like accept that and to embrace that. So the world tells us that things are really, really shifting and moving in big ways all around us, and it has its own time schedule. It really does. And that we are on a slower time schedule ourselves in the changes that we're moving through than we maybe like to think right now. And so this is a card to actually slow down and to embrace the process, and to let it be the process, and to embrace those moments of like what within us wants to come to conclusion, to completion, and how can we really honor that process of something coming to full fruition and completion for us. Sarah says, feeling that as well. Hi, Sarah. Good to know that you are here. I can't see who's on because I'm using this new interface. It's very strange. So thank you for being here. If you've jumped on, please feel free to say hi in the chats. And so that is the World card for us. The World, I just want to say also that even though it's reversed, and even though we are being asked to kind of slow down a little bit and embrace this process, it does show us that we are coming to an incredibly powerful sort of like completion and growth and what's the right word for this? I don't even know. That we really are on a really powerful journey that is going to bring an incredible transformation to all of us. And we can't really quite yet see the whole full scope of that yet. And that is a way for us to embrace that mystery of it and to really be in gratitude and awe. And that's as it should be and as we want it to be. Ultimately, I don't mean like our egos, I mean our souls. So to embrace that process, that this is bringing us collectively to a wonderful transformation. The world is in its essence a really, really positive card. Okay, so our final card is Page of Swords. Sarah says, feels like a birthing process. Yes. Yes. So I don't know, Sarah, if you were on a little bit earlier when I was actually talking about some of the pains that are happening in our bodies. And so many of us, so many people I'm talking to have been having pains in lower back and the pelvis area, as if we are all actually like in this collective birthing process. Our wombs are in our pelvic areas, our sacrals, for those of us who don't have wombs, are being like activated. It's really incredible. Okay, so our leaves and blossoms is Page of Swords. And so I'm going to hold up the image for you to take that in. Page of Swords is the initiate. It is the student of life. It is somebody who embraces learning, embraces new ways, new possibilities, new paths. And so this is really, it's saying that what's coming out of this, it's really opening us up to learning a lot more about ourselves, our worlds. It's opening us up to new ideas, new technologies, new possibilities of doing things, new concepts. It's really like this card is actually, I feel like it's actually an opening. And this is really interesting because taking that Wisdom of the World card, it's like this card isn't quite even complete, right? Like the world is saying, like, this is still in process. We don't really know what's birthing yet. And the Page of Swords is saying, like, yeah, I'm not complete yet. Like, I'm learning, I'm still growing, I am gestating, I am receiving and learning it all, and I'm going to get there when I get there. And so the Page of Swords is really the card of an open mind and curiosity. And, you know, when we're in those like wonderful states of like anything is possible, I get to now envision exactly what I want. I get to consider the wildest ideas that I wouldn't have let myself consider before, like just opening completely to the sky. So this is our time to really be able to engage our imaginations, engage our creativities, and just like go there, go to those places where the constructs in our life before, you know, for some reason didn't allow us to. And as we release those confines, those constructs, we are being gifted the ability to really, really be able to go there, to start imagining how things will and can be different for us all. So this is a wonderful card, and I'm getting a little lesson actually about my spread, which is saying that, like, you know, the fruits and the leaves will come when they come, and they are still growing, and we get to actually contribute to exactly what those leaves and fruits are going to be looking like. So it's a beautiful message, and I am fully receiving it right now as well. All right, so that's our full reading. Let me hold up the cards again for us all. So we have the Chariot, which is really about really taking ownership, taking responsibility for the choices we make, and trusting ourselves. We have the World, which was reversed actually. So allowing, wait a minute, that's the wrong one. Allowing ourselves to come to completion, knowing we're not yet at completion, and letting this journey fully unfold, and maybe perhaps slowing down a little bit And then Page of Swords, embracing curiosity, an open mind, and beginning to envision what we desire, what we're curious about, the world that we want to see and live in, the life we want to see and live in. Okay. So I'm actually offering right now a tarot special. I started to do monthly, bi-monthly. It's not quite regular, but I'm doing tarot specials every once in a while. I'm doing the one right now, which is all about embracing change. It's using this exact spread of the roots, the trunk, and the leaves, and blossoms, about what changes you are moving through. So this is for the collective. The reading you would receive is for you personally, about what changes you're moving through, what it's rooted in, what's at the core of what's changing. The trunk, which is how these changes are playing out in your life right now, and how you can move with it and grow with it rather than resist it. And then the leaves and blossoms, if you do move with these changes, what gifts, what benefits can you expect to receive? At this point, I have 6 slots still open. Those slots are open until they're filled, or until Sunday night. And so you would receive your reading next week, either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday are the days I'm doing the readings. And each reading is just $60. So if you would like one, simply send me a message, put a comment in, and I'll send you a message with the PayPal link. And then I'll just follow up with a couple of follow-up questions and let you know when you'll receive your reading. So it's super simple. I am feeling really called to do these readings right now because we are sort of in the apex right now of the collective energies that are all swirling around us. And it can feel incredibly confusing right now to be confronted with so much different information out there. Every time I go on my social feeds or even open like the news, everybody's saying something different, and it is so freaking confusing. It is really confusing. And so this allows us a chance to really step back and look at what is real for us. So like, what is real for me? What is real for you right now? What changes do you need to ground in for yourself? Allows us a little space between that and everything that we're hearing outside of ourselves. Okay, so only 6 left. So if you would like to purchase one, I recommend you snatch one up as soon as possible. And I thoroughly enjoyed doing this for you today, and I hope to do more in the future. Thank you for anyone who came on live. Thank you, Sarah. I see you here since you're leaving beautiful comments. And I will talk to you soon. I'm not going to put the link because it's a PayPal link, so I don't want to put that in Facebook. But do please message me if you would like a reading. All right. Talk to you all soon. Thanks for watching.